there, you're welcome to Let's Talk Showbiz here on the JoyNews channel. My name is Doreen Avio, and it's so exciting that today I get to share a lot of exciting stuff with you. Over the weekend, were you able to see the gods are not to be blamed? If you didn't see it, just like me, I'm sorry for myself. But of course, we have excerpts of that to share with you. And we'll also talk about tourism. My name is Doreen Avio, and the show is Let's Talk Showbiz. If you're just joining me, this is Let's Talk Showbiz. My name is Doreen Avio, and last Saturday was indeed a day packed with lots of events, but it looks like everybody made it a point to be at one place or the other. So gods are not to blame. It's actually a novel, should I say, a book that a lot of people have read. But can you imagine watching that on a stage? George Quay, that's Image Bureau and April Communications, of course, made sure that that was indeed a masterpiece. My colleague IB was there. He spoke to a lot of patrons who were so happy, including a student or a lady who came all the way from Takrady just to see the play that day. Well, if you missed out on it, here are excerpts of everything that happened last Saturday.
George Quay, Image Bureau and April Communications, under the auspices of the National Theatre, gave patron an innate on-stage experience of Olarotumi's epic masterpiece, The Gods Are Not to Blame.
Who squats bravely to kill a lion? This is who I picked. Son of Odedera, son of
It was a long time ago.
Very well, let that pass. Hey, look here, this man, do you recognize him? Hey! Look at him well. You remember him?
My lord, but did he say he was the one who killed Hinadetusa?
You recognize him?
I did not, my lord.
I've not been known in daylight. No! You call me bastard before the eyes of the world. Prove now before their eyes that I am indeed without mother and father. Or give me back my pride.
My lord, I beg of you to stop.
Get back! Get back!
They say get back, you think
I don't know who your mother and father is. You don't know. You don't know. You will soon know. Hey, get me the armed guards. You think you can shame me in public without punishment?
My lord.
Get back! Get hey! Where are the armed guys?
My lord, but you sent them to you to get bunker.
Exactly. If you see that this man does not try.
These are the views of some patrons on what they came to see.
So,
yeah,
how did you see the
this was just a fantastic performance. I'm really proud of George Quay and the entire team. It was world class. And I think that the National Theatre has to be supported a bit more and bring a bit more of African literature to the fore and to bear for us, because there's so much to really learn from this, and I'm quite excited, and maybe I have to thank my wife for bringing me over.
She brought you.
Please.
But have you read the book?
I have partly. She's a literature expert, so
okay. So
yeah,
she probably would.
We discussed the piece. I read it casually many years ago, but she and I had a good discussion over it. So, I mean, honey, you should be able to speak to it a bit more. You're running.
But is it a good representation of what you read?
I think it's quite. It is. I mean, maybe a better representation of it. It's been brought to life a bit more. I mean, let me ask her, Ms. Osi, what's your take? You come. What your take? We're asking you something serious.
Your take on what you've read and what you saw.
This is more practical and relatable. So you give a clearer picture, a deeper understanding to the reading of it. Yeah.
It was amazing. The future of theatre in Ghana is very bright if we continue seeing things like this. I'm very excited for more from this people.
You've read the book?
I've read it more than 15 times.
Hey.
It was my literature book in SHS, Maoli School.
Okay.
So I saw this, I'm in Takrade, but I came, yes.
All the way from Takrade?
Yes. And I heard George speak about this thing on Belamundi's show, that he acted Odewale. So when I saw the advert, I saw him saying everybody should come. I'm like, no, this thing, I have to come and watch it.
Wow.
And
so
I
you came to Accra. You came to Accra purposely for that.
I was here at 12 noon. I can say I was the first person to get here. I was here at 12 noon.
Is this a good representation of what you've read? You've read it 15 times.
More than that.
More than 15 times.
Yes.
So you've had a lot of fun seeing what you just read.
It was just amazing because it felt like you were part of the whole story, the whole drama, and it was really a great experience today, watching live on stage. It was great.
Tell me I know you've read the book.
We have read it, we've analyzed it.
How many times have you read it?
Well, yeah, because we did it in set books.
It was one of
Wesley
your
Girls, yes.
Wesley Girls.
Yes.
Is this a good representation of what you've read?
Yes. Yes, 100%.
This is real. This was more real than we even read in the book. I mean, I shed a tear at the end of it all. It's fantastic. Great production. The team has done awesome.
David Onto, who was a narrator for the theatrical experience, was thrilled by the response of the patrons in the auditorium.
The weakness of a man easily moved to the defense of his tribe against others. I once slew a man in a day.
I do not know how many times he has enacted this play, but as a narrator, it was just awesome. Congratulations, Angre.
Thank you.
I've spoken to some people, and for them watching the plays, people who have actually read the book, some have read it more than 10 times, watching the play actually gives them a better understanding than all the number of times they've read it. I don't know the feel for you when you're on stage, but how was it for you?
For me, I mean, being on stage is like a festival because you know, the best performance that you can actually communicate to an audience is on stage. Because there you're seeing the people for real. They are talking to you for real. They are doing everything that you see for real. And especially with epic theater like this one, there's so much of fantasy.
The director of the play, George Quay, and his stage manager, Atto, had this to say when I had the conversation with them.
Right now. I mean, Atto, please come here. Be here, yes. I'm so glad to have the two of you. A lot of people have told me he won't be. A lot of people are telling me this is even a better representation of what they read in the book. First off, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Atto, congratulations.
Oh, thank you, bro.
How many days of rehearsal went it?
3 to 4 months. Not days. 3 to 4 months, working 5 days every week.
Monday to Friday?
Yep. At least 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours every week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was this expectations of the output?
It should be better, but we're happy with what we've seen.
You're looking to be better?
Yes. The subsequent shows we're sure will be better. We spotted a few errors that were correct. So yeah.
I've spoken to a lot of people who are telling me that it is even better than what they read.
That's it. You see, we need to give them the money's worth. And I mean, two practical people involved, you know what you expect. And like he's saying.
Right, so that's it right there. And it looks like people are actually calling on the that's Image Bureau and George Quay to actually stage it before the end of the year. Let's see how things will go. If it happens, you and I can go and see it again at the National Theatre. But away from that, I mean, we've all been talking about the cathedral. Everyone is always talking about the cathedral. Even now, people don't talk about it anymore. Now, the current finance minister, that's Ken Ofori-Atta, is of the view that if the cathedral is built and everything goes well, Ghana can turn into the New Jerusalem. He spoke at the tourism summit yesterday. Let's listen to him on that.
This whole issue of the National Cathedral, in my mind, is the third leg of this triangle. How do you build a society in which you are clear on defining who you are politically? How do you build a society in which the economic engine is growing? And how do you contain that within the spiritual realm that ensures stability for ages to come? So that is Ghana, the economic emancipation, the political emancipation, and the spiritual. But even as we look at something like the cathedral that has economic benefits beyond what we see, both in Israel and the Hajj, they realize about $6 to $8 billion a year. In Africa, we have some 600 million people who are Christians. So imagine Ghana as a New Jerusalem and these 600 million people floating through. $3,000 is spent, and it's a very different reality. So even as we contend with it and fight about it, let's look at this triangle and find a reason why we should also add that as part of the infrastructure base as we look at a society that is strong, resilient, and robust for the future. And we must find a way to do that. And it's also important because when you look at the diaspora, I think the minister mentioned the number of some 160 million people around the globe who need a place to come to. So the whole issue of the homeland return, and this is where our president talks about Ghana giving a birthright journey to all of these people to come.
Well, so that's it. Let's all look forward to it. If it's built, Ghana will be the New Jerusalem, just like he said. Now, away from that, Wiala has been trending for various reasons. Now, there was a poster out there, and it has 4 artists on. It has Samini, it has Kwame Eugene, Fancy Gadam, and Wiala herself. But Wiala is of the view that if there's going to be a poster, she should come right after Samini because they are both from the north. And obviously, because that didn't happen, she was not happy about it. She took to social media to call on the organizers that, listen, she's not a backup artist and that something should be done about it. Now, with a post all over social media, I decided to reach out to Wiala to find out what her problem was. And obviously, when I spoke to her, it looks like Wiala had more to say than just what she put on social media. She's just not happy and she wants something to be done about it.
I don't have a problem being on the same poster with Samini, Kwame Eugene, and Fancy Gadam. But they are coming to our region and we have been promoting this show from day one. And if you are coming, come and support us. Whoever was at the money or whoever designed the poster at Royal Cozy Hills. Of course, I'm not involved in the poster design and all that. The positioning of the pictures, I'm not happy. Samini is my big brother. I respect him a lot. Any day, any time. I don't mind being behind Samini. Any day, any time. He's older than me. I don't know about other regions. But in my region, we respect each other. It doesn't matter who is the youngest and who has done well. But once Samini has been our senior brother, he has always been ahead. He started music. And when I started, part of his fame was the reason why I think some of us too, they saw the good things about music. And me being a woman, he being a man. So we started rapping, especially in the Upper West region. So me, any day, I'll always be behind Samini, whether a poster or not. Kwame Eugene and Fancy Gadam, I can confidently say that we are all in the same league. And anybody in Ghana who tells me, because Fancy Gadam is filling stadiums and Kwame Eugene is popular with hit songs, and some group of people refuse to see me as popular in Ghana, that is their problem. But so far as I'm concerned, I am not a backup artist. And I'm not even a supporting act for this. This is what we do here. If I go to Tamale or I go to a Kwame Eugene show and it's their show and they put me in a corner, it's very understandable. It is artistic impression of what is going to take place. So the focus will be on Kwame Eugene. And I don't even mind if my photo is not on a poster, if I'm a supporting act or I'm going to support anybody. Some places, in fact, it's only in Ghana that even pictures are used. Some places it's just your name. But even still, if you go to a festival and Angelique is performing and some of us are performing, we know the level of Angelique. Angelique might not equally be popular in the commercial whatever, but we all know our worth and we know the respect we should give to each other. They will write your names and they will make the names bigger. With those that they know, because naturally everybody knows. So me, if some group of Ghanaians always pretend not to know, I'll also pretend and then remind them. If you pretend to sleep, I'll pretend and wake you up. All of us have worked hard. I'm not disrespecting Kwame Eugene or Francis Garden.
Yeah.
But if it was the reverse, do you think they'll both be happy? I'm coming to perform at a show where I know you are mainly the headline. And yet they put the headline at the back.
But Riella, before your post on social media, did you speak to the organizers about this? Did you tell them that you were not happy about the way the poster was put together?
I'm not in charge of the organizing, but they should have shared the posters with us before sharing it on social media.
This is Hits.
First of all, it is not a strategy to hype the program. If I'm going to hype a program, I'll do the right thing where I do the usual hyping. I'm not one of the artists who like to use controversial like beefing to hype my program. I don't need that. I've never used that, but I've always managed to sell out my shows wherever I go. So first and foremost, it's not hype, as I saw some comments. And it is not to start any fighting between nations and camps and whatever nation. I don't do those things.
This is Hits.
We are not displaying suffering to them. We are buying cars with different money. We are flexing. Yes, most people in the creative industry are not buying cars with the music money. If you buy a car with, like, you are doing forex trading at home, and you buy an S-Class, and you are pulling up like in an S-Class, and the tax man is looking at you. What are you talking about? We have to speak the truth to power. Let's show them we are suffering.
Yeah.
But we can't go around shopping in the biggest places, driving the biggest cars, and expect them to feel for us. We are showing them. Some are just doing this for show, but it has implications. You see what I'm saying? So I think that if you really want the tax rebate, you want them to consider you because you are helping, like, the tourism industry.
Yes,
with your music.
Yeah,
show it. Prove that you are an upcoming artist and you can't afford these things. You pull up in the biggest car on the block, and what do you want? And you see, a lot of boys are buying these cars with different money, not the music money.
They are doing other businesses, right?
Obviously,
like bread business, like
not like
juice business.
Stop trying to handle me. I did tell you something. It's a serious matter.
I know it's very serious.
We are trying to get the attention. You see, this last time I was asked here that why aren't we playing 80% Ghana music in radio stations? You can't force radio stations to play 80% Ghana in the name of like being a patriot. That is not
promoting Ghana.
Incentives. You have to throw incentives at the radio station. Tax rebates. You can throw tax. Go easy on them. Then you tell them that, look, if you play 80% Ghana music, Joy FM, you are eligible for this amount of tax breaks. You are eligible for this rebate.
Right, so that's it for Let's Talk Showbiz today's edition. I hope you had a good time. This is what we're here for, and this is what we always love to do for you. My name is Doreen Avio. Don't forget to log on to myjoyonline.com for more of our stories. But most importantly, thank you to you, Nat, Ike, and the beautiful edifice right here. Wonderful evening.